Before we can get into this episode of the Devcast, be sure to like, subscribe, and join our community link down below. Hello everyone and welcome to the Devcast, your weekly Roblox podcast for all Roblox-related content and personal up-close interviews and conversations with some of your favorite Roblox creators. I'm your host, Dev and this is my co-host, Unix Developer, and today we're here with C-Says, which is the new member to the Devcast. He will be, essentially be featuring in all sorts of videos in future. So everyone, welcome C-Says. Woo!
Yo, what's up everybody? What's up?
Indeed.
It's awesome to be on here. I mean, you guys have had some great you guys had some amazing content. You know, I've watched a lot of the podcasts and it was really interesting what you guys have been doing. So,
well,
finally to be on here as the third wheel of the two of you.
Indeed.
That's an awesome opportunity.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think it's great so far in terms of, you know, you joining the podcast, because I think more people on board, the better, because, you know, the less dry and more stale conversations will essentially be turned into, you know, more interesting things, because, you know, the more people, the better. You can't, you know, the more, you know, this world is filled with crazy people, and that's what makes everything so diverse. There's never, you know, people have opinions all across the board, so...
To clarify for everyone watching, I am not one of the crazy people in this
Well,
I didn't say I'm not interesting, I'm just not crazy.
We're gonna have to wait, I think we're gonna have to wait a few episodes to actually kind of determine that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, guys, maybe I'm a secret serial killer, you never know.
Okay, well, that'd be quite terrifying. We're gonna have to check your background for a second time, because of that. Now that you said that, unfortunately.
There was a first time.
You know what? Moving on. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, C-Says is here for the ride, and we're gonna be doing all sorts of, you know, insane content. And yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that we have in store. We have a lot of crazy ideas for content in the future. And yeah, it's actually just best to have the one and only legendary Mr. C-Says with us. Yeah, do you happen, you know, I just can't, I can't necessarily think much about it. I mean,
yeah, no, I was gonna say, I mean, for those of you watching who may have previously, some of you may be watching and have never heard of me, so you guys,
give a breakdown to your background as well, because we should actually ask that as well. Just
I started in Roblox in like 2012. I think I discovered it through summer camp actually when I was like a really little kid already.
What?
Yeah, I think it was summer camp.
Around the same time.
It had to have been summer camp because I think that's the only time I was like, at that point, that was the time I was playing video games.
That makes sense.
I that was like the start of me playing video games. I think before that I was playing like cool math games. That's about it. And maybe Mario. Yeah, I was actually playing Mario.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's about it.
On the same boat as you.
Yeah, no, Roblox was my like introduction into gaming.
Oh, you found Roblox through cool math games?
You can't even argue.
You start there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, no, because there were ads for Roblox and cool math games. I think that was the first original place they put ads up.
I discovered Roblox through MiniClip. Have you guys ever heard of MiniClip?
It might be MiniClip as
MiniClip's
well.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's quite sad. I think they've shut down because of...
I think it's because of Flash.
Yeah, Flash, essentially, rest in peace, Flash. But, yeah. Well, that's quite interesting that you have that background. You know...
Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, okay, continue, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was gonna... I was just gonna say, after, I think, 2012, funny enough, I started developing, but it was weird because I have this problem, and I'm pretty sure I still have it too, where like, and I think most developers have this problem as well, can never finish a project, can never commit.
Don't worry, I've been here for 10 years, like you.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's where my initial problem led.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in communities all over the place. You know, I actually spent in the beginning a little time in the Row Nation community. That was interesting. But I think I made a lot of...
What?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I spent maybe what, like a year or two there. But funny enough, I think that's where I got into development originally. I feel like a lot of developers like who started at Roblox in like 2012 or so actually got their like development
stuff going.
like they're interested in development because of like those type of communities. Like you had clans, you had row nations. I think that's kind of where I got all my interest in. But yeah, then I started Explore Dev. That was a few years back. I actually I really wanted to do something like that because I really wanted to help developers around the world. You know, with the same problem as me, where even though they had the resources available, they really needed the more like motivation and like to keep it going. And I think that's kind of what we're all about.
Yeah. Well, either way, yeah. We're glad to have you on board, C-Says, and yeah. I don't think there's much to really necessarily say. So you've essentially you've given your background now, in particular. What are your specific goals for the future now, moving forward? What are your interests now? Because it certainly has changed over time, as you've been on this platform.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Devcast is like a new step, for me, like a new milestone. I think now with Devcast, my goal is going to be working with you all, you know, to push this YouTube channel to the next level. I think that, you know, we're going to make some awesome content on here, and it's going to be a blast.
Yeah. So far, yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing all that content that we can come up with in the future. And of course, you know, it's always better to have some more minds on board. And yeah, this is not going to be the first time you guys are going to see C-Says. C-Says is going to be, you know, just throughout a lot of episodes. So yeah, C-Says is just going to be scattered around. But yeah, of course, yeah, it's interesting to at least have a new member of the Devcast, and I guess we could kind of grow this into like a family, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this might not even be the first Devcast member. We could probably even have, you know, another one in future. We don't actually know. You know, we'll see how that actually goes. But yeah, this is only just the start of the actual Devcast family, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I think you know, I think it's a lot better, you know, instead of just being 2 hosts, you could just have the Devcast crew. I think the Devcast crew could actually be quite an interesting concept.
Bigger dynamic.
Yeah, it's a bigger dynamic, more people involved, and, you know, more, and, you know, I think this is just the perfect start for it. Yeah, I think we could have probably a whole team in future. I don't know, that'd be, I mean, you know, it's just, you know, we could dream.
I'll always be the #1 pirate on the platform, though.
Pirate.
And never forget that.
I'm not going to question it.
#1 pirate. Oh, of course. Oh, yeah, and then I asked you behind the origin of your name, and then you specifically it was something to do with water, if I were to...
Yeah, no, I really like swimming, and actually I spend a lot of my time in the ocean, so that's kind of where the pirate idea came from, and, you know, the C-Says username. But, I mean, that's not much more to it.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, Unix likes swimming in the ocean as well, so, but he's...
Join the club.
Yeah, his previous username, of course, was referred to as I don't know, as an animal, of course, in the Arctic. But yeah, of course, he is not associated with any animals anymore, which swim in the ocean. So rest in peace, that name. It's Unix now, and Unix, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, keeping things more professional. We thank you, thank you to everyone who's tuned into this episode. This is just essentially a breakdown of C-Says. Yeah, we're just going to probably see you guys next week, but I don't think there's any more to discuss. Yeah, we'd like to thank C-Says for being on this episode. But of course, like I said, this isn't the first episode he's going to be on. He's going to be on many other episodes. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, we'll see you guys all next week, and yeah, cheers.